everybody. I'm Charlene Shirkin. Welcome to Advertising Champions, where we speak to some of the most innovative thinkers in the advertising space. And joining us today, we've got Austin Lee with Pioneer and Lori Mans with Quality Media Consultant Group, both tag teaming our show today. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, it is our pleasure. So let's talk a little bit about, for our viewers, a little bit about kind of your particular discipline when approaching advertising. So a little bit of background about what you do. Austin, I'll start with you.
Sure, yeah, thank you. So Pioneer is a full-service advertising agency, and we specialize in changing the world through advertising. That's what we based our agency on, and it's really making sure that our advertising is ethical, transparent, and also effective for small to medium-sized businesses.
Now, I said we had two people joining us today. Who's your little buddy behind you, Austin?
That's my dog. His name's Wyatt. He's the star of the show.
Okay, all right. Well, let us know when he wants to contribute. Lori, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you do over there at Quality Media Consultant Group.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you, Charlene. My name is Lori A. Mans, and I am president and owner of Quality Media Consultant Group. We're a business consultancy firm specializing in advertising, marketing, and sales solutions for optimal business growth. So essentially what that means is we help our clients to master their marketing so that they can connect with their target audience in a meaningful way and use that unique value proposition so that they stand above the crowd and make more money.
All right, I love that. So let's dig. I'm gonna stay with you, Lori. Let's talk about building out a strategy. What are the key things you need to have in your strategy in order to be seen and cut above the noise?
Well, the first thing you have to have with the strategy is a goal. So you need an overarching goal for your advertising and marketing strategy. Without that North Star, you don't know what you're shooting for. So figuring out a goal is the first thing that you want to do. The next thing you want to do is figure out a plan to help you reach that goal. And that plan could encompass what is your brand position? What is your brand promise? What is your marketing strategy? What methodology are you going to utilize to get to your target audience? And what vehicle are you going to utilize to get to your target audience? Because there's so much today that you have so pick from. So you have to get very strategic about where your target audience is and how you're going to deliver the message to them so that they can get to a point of transformation. And then finally, you also want key performance indicators so you can measure and track how well your advertising and marketing is working for you and your business.
And Austin, what can you throw in there that Lori didn't cover? Because that was a pretty thorough strategy overview.
Yeah, it really was. I totally agree. All great points. So the only thing I would add is defining that target audience. Really taking the time up front to do your research on who your target audience is. And sometimes that differs from who you think it is. So making sure that you're really basing your audience on data and who's actually converting and interested in your brand.
And let's talk a little bit about budget. You know, the world is your oyster, if you will, today. And if you had an endless budget, there are plenty of platforms that you could be seen on. But most small to medium businesses are working with a very small, sometimes if no budget, very small budget. Austin, what would you suggest that they could do to make that advertising budget stretch as far as it can?
Yeah, I think the answer to that's really twofold. So first kind of goes back to my previous answer of defining your target, right? So if you can define that target audience really well, you can figure out, sort of to Lori's point, where that target audience is and exactly where you need to reach them, so you can focus your dollars on platforms that are going to be the most effective.
And Lori, I know you do a lot of PR, and PR, people always think PR is free, but usually you've got to hire somebody to help you get that PR. So talk a little bit about how you could utilize PR to stretch your budget.
Well, one of the things you have to do is to focus on earned media. And earned media is, of course, media that you earn because of something newsworthy and noteworthy that your business does. And so people a lot of times figure that they need public relations before they really focus on marketing. And so that it couldn't be further from the truth. So you need a marketing plan and a marketing message and a marketing strategy to reach your target audience. And so with public relations, you want to focus on getting earned media. So that means people are contacting you to ask you, what does your business do? How can you solve a problem for your target audience? And they're contacting you about something that you've done, whether it be an event, a launch that you've had, or a new product or service, or whatever it is that you have done that is newsworthy and noteworthy for people to pay attention and contact you and say, hey, we want to feature you on this publication, or we want to feature you on our podcast. So focusing on earned media is something that you don't have to pay for, because essentially the topic is whatever you have to offer and whatever you have done that is newsworthy and noteworthy. So it's something you don't have to pay for, and it's just based on your accomplishments and your achievements and how well you are serving the target market and serving the audience and the industry that you represent.
Good reminder, though, it's called earned media because you also have to hire somebody to help you get that media. So I'll always like people say earned media, not free media, because it's not for free. Hey, Austin, talk to me a little bit about what's the big hot new thing everybody's talking about these days. You know, the one constant about advertising, marketing, digital is always evolving, right? Today's the hot platform, tomorrow's a different one. What do you have your eye on for your clients?
Yeah, I think right now with so many subscription services popping up, we've seen a lot of connected TV growth. And, as part of that, for example, Netflix is now entering the ad space for the first time ever this year. And in addition to that, I think TikTok as a social platform is a platform that we're really pushing a lot of our clients towards, because although that audience is younger, once they really gravitate towards a brand, and if you can do your creative effectively on TikTok, you've got them, and they'll be very loyal customers. So those are my two.
And Lori, I'm going to throw that same question to you.
Well, Austin hit the nail on the head. Connected TV is really hot in 2022, and it's moving in the direction of, more presence on, places like Hulu and Netflix and, platforms of that nature. And so, of course, social media has been all the rage for the last 10 years, and it continues to be. I would just also say YouTube. YouTube is still the number one search engine on the internet, and it goes back and forth between Google and YouTube. So you definitely, if you're selling a product, you want to also be on YouTube and have some videos, because videos speed up the know, like, and trust factor with your audience more than anything else. And so you definitely want to also have a presence on YouTube, because, that's just where people go to search for answers for everything.
All right, I've got 30 seconds for you each, and I mean it. Don't go over your time. Austin, what's your best 30-second tip for building a strategy?
I sound like a broken record, but really defining your audience, right? So I think if you make sure you know exactly who your target customer is and exactly where you want to reach them, then you will see really, really high levels of success when it comes to your marketing strategy.
All right, Lori, close us out with your best tip for building a strategy.
I would say focus on the problem that you solve for your target audience, because if you build a strategy around marketing and advertising the solution that you provide for your target audience, people in pain pay for that problem to go away. And so your profitability is going to hinge on your ability to solve problems for profit. So make sure you hinge your marketing efforts on the pain point of your customers.
Solving problems for profit. Words to live by. Austin Lee with Pioneer, Lori Manns with Quality Media Consultant Group. Thank you both so much for joining us today on Advertising Champions. Great job.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it is our pleasure. And if you'd like to learn more about what they're doing at their respective organizations, you can check them out by going to dailyadbrief.com. I'm Charlene Chirk. Thank you for joining us for Advertising Champions, and we look forward to learning something new with you next time.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.